the fuck? It's not even a school night. Pearl, you know how my parents are. I'm lucky to have gotten out at all, but they're feeling sorry for me over what happened to Sheila. We went by her parents' house to pay our respects today, but they weren't really in the mood to receive guests. Pearl shook her head. Tell me about it. I saw them at the hospital this morning, and they were in pretty bad shape. She went on to tell Ruby the short version of their encounter, omitting the part about lying to them about how they ended up at the party. My heart goes out to them, Ruby said sincerely. The crew isn't going to be the same without Sheila. I know, Pearl said sadly. This will be the first birthday I'll be celebrating without Sheila since we've known each other. So what's the plan for your birthday? Did you hear anything from your dad about a party yet? Pearl said. I know what you mean. But whether he throws you a party or not, we still need to do something special. Sheila wouldn't want us sitting around like grieving widows. She'd want us out there, doing us. You're right about that. Sheila loved her time more than anyone I know, Pearl said, reflecting on her friend. Then that's what we need to do. Let's not only celebrate your birthday, but Sheila's life as well. Let's do it for our girl, Ruby declared, louder than she needed to. What's all this noise out here? Big Stone came out of the kitchen. He was wearing dark slacks, a white shirt, and red suspenders hanging off his hips. Clutched in his hand was a turkey sandwich. His ever-present shadow, Knowledge, trailed him. Oh, nothing, Dad. We were just about to head out and catch our movie, Pearl told him. Which theater did you say y'all are going to again? Knowledge asked suspiciously. I never did, but if you must know, we're going to the one near Times Square, Pearl said with an attitude. Why are you asking? You plan on paying for our tickets? Slow your roll, Pearl. Just trying to make sure y'all don't end up at none of them ghetto-ass theaters uptown. The streets of Harlem are real tense right now, and niggas are acting a fool. I'm pretty sure your dad don't want you hanging around no undesirables. Sure as hell don't, Big Stone chimed in. These little niggas running around.
Milkman, Mr. Milktastic, splashing the fishbowl, coming back at you with another episode. Just need to holler at y'all and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all been sharing, liking, and commenting. I appreciate it. All the old subscribers, new subscribers, returning subscribers. If you ain't subscribed, go on and subscribe. If you need a subscriber, let me know that you subscribe to the channel and I'll come subscribe to yours. No pressure.
Sir, start his eyes.
I'm gonna read something to y'all when we stop. We on a mission right now, though. Satchel on our back. Let's get it.
Girl. Your daddy is just venting. Got money to move around with? He asked, changing the subject. Yeah, I got a few dollars, but I'll take whatever you were planning to give me too. Pearl batted her lashes at her father. Big Stone shook his head in amusement before digging into his pockets for his bankroll. I swear, when you do that, you remind me of your mama. She was the only female I'd ever met in my life who could get me to break bread with just a look. If you ever tell Sandra I said it, I'll deny it. He held out some bills. Don't worry, the secret is safe with me. Pearl took the money and shoved it into her purse. Let's get going, Ruby. She pulled her friend by the hand toward the door. She wanted to get out of there before she was subjected to another round of 20 questions. Pearl, Knowledge called after her. You be sure to stay out of Harlem tonight, okay? Oh, don't worry. I have no plans to hang out in Harlem this evening, Pearl assured him, before she and Ruby disappeared out the front door. By the time Pearl and Ruby got to the corner, a cab was waiting for them. Pearl had called a Harlem car service and requested a driver she was familiar with to come pick them up. She didn't have him pull up in front of the house because she told her father they were taking the bus downtown. Once inside, they were whisked toward their destination. Part of her felt guilty for lying about going to the movies, but at least she would keep her word about staying out of Harlem. She was meeting Diamonds in the Bronx. That knowledge gives me the creeps, Ruby admitted once they'd left the block. The way he's always watching us and asking questions, you'd think he was psychic or something. That nigga ain't psychic. He's just nosy as hell. Pearl waved her off. Knowledge gets on my damn nerves the way he's always spying for Daddy, but he ain't all bad. He could have blown my spot when he saw me at the bar, but as far as I know, he still hasn't dropped a dime on me. Really? What do you think his angle is for keeping his mouth shut? Ruby asked. Pearl shrugged. Beats the hell out of me. Trying to read knowledge is like trying to guess which way the wind is gonna blow. But to hell with him. We're about to have a good time, and I brought something to get us in the mood. She pulled a joint from her purse. Pearl, you can't light that in a taxi. Why the hell not? This ain't no regular taxi. Me and 9-5 got an understanding. Don't we, 9-5? Pearl addressed the cab driver by his car number instead of the name she never bothered to find out. The African cab driver spared a glance over his shoulder. Get as high as y'all want, ma. As long as you pass that shit this week. See, I told you we're good. Now stop whining and let's get loose. Pearl lit the joint. It was a smooth ride from Manhattan to the Bronx, and the bomb-ass weed Pearl had scored from one of the white hippies who lived on her street made it smoother. 9-5 had his system tuned to Hot 97, and the girls jammed and sang along. Pearl's cell phone rang in her purse. She looked at the caller ID and shook her head before tossing it back down. Less than a minute later, it rang again, and knowing it would only continue, she just shut it off. Who's blowing up your phone like that, your dad? Ruby asked. No, pain in the ass, Devante. Pearl huffed. What happened? I thought you guys were good. We were until he started getting all clingy. I told him it was over, but he's acting like he's got wax in his ears. He keeps calling my phone, and I could have sworn I saw him when I was leaving the salon earlier. Good pussy will turn a man into a lovesick puppy. Or a stalker, Ruby countered. Don't take this lightly. My mom had a friend who broke it off with a guy she was seeing, but somebody must have forgotten to tell him that. It started with him blowing up her phone and stalking the house. It was only a matter of time before he really jumped out the window and did something horrible. Pearl sucked her teeth. Davante's ass ain't that crazy. That's the same thing my mother's friend said right before the guy showed up at her job one morning and threw acid in her face. Damn, Pearl said in disgust. This is something you might want to tell your dad about, or maybe even Knowledge, Ruby suggested. Maybe you're right, Pearl said, suddenly not so confident in knowing what to expect from a scorned lover. Until her conversation with Ruby, she had never considered that Devante could possibly try to harm her. Granted, his constant calling and pleading was starting to creep her out, but violence had never crossed her mind. Devante couldn't possibly be that crazy, could he? 20 minutes later, 9-5 had crossed into the neighborhood of the address Pearl had given him. As they neared the house, Pearl spotted Diamond standing on the curb. There were several men standing behind him while he exchanged words with a tall dread outside a black SUV. She watched curiously as Diamonds and the dread shook hands. The dread waved the men with him back to the car, and they began to pile in. When Pearl spotted the familiar face standing beside the dread, she had to do a double take. Stop the car, Pearl ordered, causing 9-5 to slam on the brakes. Everything good, shorty? 9-5 asked, pulling a gun from the hidden compartment under the glove box. He wasn't a gangster by any stretch, but he liked Pearl and was well aware of who her father was and what he could benefit from if he held his little girl down in a time of trouble. Pearl's eyes zeroed in on the men climbing into the SUV. I think I know those guys. Chapter 40. Nigga, I can't believe you just orchestrated a fight in the middle of a baby shower, Goldie said, still in disbelief. That wasn't no fight, little bro. Nothing more than a scuffle, Diamond said, downplaying it. Still, at a baby shower? Goldie questioned, as if his older brother should have known better. TJ is pissed, and there ain't no words for what Tisha is right now. I'll go in and make my apologies soon, Diamond said. It was fucked up on my part to let that go on here, but you gotta admit that it was funny as hell. You see Buddha's face when the young boy grabbed his nuts? Goldie didn't want to laugh, but he couldn't help it. Get this nigga off me! He imitated Buddha. Yo, I dead thought his eyes were gonna pop out of his head. Where did you find that crazy-ass young dude? Vida recruited him. He came over with his boy L.A. to handle that piece of business with Panda's other spot, Diamonds told him. He looks a little on the young side, but his boy L.A. seems to be solid enough, and he speaks highly of the kid. Heard he dropped some bodies uptown, so I guess he could hold his weight around here. Vida sure as hell seems to think so, Diamond said in a less than thrilled tone. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were jealous, Goldie teased him. Of that little nigga? Fuck out of here. That meat way too tender. Vida likes a tougher cut, Diamond said. Anybody see where Buddha got off to? He said, changing the subject. I seen him jump in a cab a while ago. He's probably headed over to see that broad he's been keeping time with, Goldie said. One of his jump-offs? Diamonds asked. Nah, for as much time as he spends with this chick, I think it's a little more than that. He's been spending a lot of time with her. If you ask me, I think that boy is sprung. How long this been going on? I ain't for sure, but I'd say a little while. When he ain't getting on our nerves, he's out chasing her. What we know about this chick? Diamonds asked. Goldie shrugged. Not too much. Buddha been real secretive about her, like he's worried about one of us trying to steal her. I haven't officially met her yet, but I've seen her before. Nice-looking Spanish broad. Something about it didn't sit right with Diamonds. For as long as he had known him, Buddha had always been a notorious womanizer. So hearing some mysterious chippy had his attention raised a red flag in his head. I think at some point we're gonna need to meet this mysterious woman just to make sure everything is on the up and up. You know Buddha ain't gonna be feeling you digging into his personal business like that, Goldie warned. I don't care what Buddha is or isn't feeling. As captain of this crew, it's my job to make sure everybody we come in contact with is who they're supposed to be. That reminds me, I need you to do something for me tonight. What? Goldie asked suspiciously. Don't look at me like that. You act like I'm walking you into some bullshit, Diamonds assured her. Like that time when we were little and you sent me into the candy store with that note without telling me you and Buddha were going to rob the joint? Man, that was different. Diamonds waved him on. This will require minimal work. You might end up getting a treat at the end of the night. Then tell me what it is, Goldie demanded. Before Diamonds could answer, Hank walked up. He looked tired and aggravated, which was nothing new. Fuck y'all out here doing? Yanking each other's dicks? Don't be the next one to get dropped out here. Goldie launched fake punches at Hank's midsection. I'll whip your little young ass later. Right now, we've got business to handle. Hank nodded toward the black SUV that had just pulled up at the curb. From the way Rolling and Bourne were climbing over each other to be the first ones to greet the vehicle, Diamonds knew it had to be the connect. The moment of truth had arrived. Goldie, do me a solid. In the house amongst the rest of the gifts, you'll find a bag with a gold-wrapped box. Why don't you go fetch it for me? Come on, bro. You acting like I don't want to meet the connect too. Goldie complained. He hated when Diamonds put him in the little brother zone. You'll get your introduction after you bring me the bag, Diamonds told him. Goldie pouted like a child and sulked off. Showtime. Diamonds started toward the SUV. When Rolling spotted him coming, he said something to someone on the passenger side, which prompted all four of the vehicle's doors to open at once. Two hard-looking characters wearing black sunglasses jumped out and gave a quick look around before taking up positions at either end of the truck. Next out was a young dude who looked to be not long out of high school. His scowl was hard, but his face was still tender and innocent. The last man to climb out of the SUV was surprisingly familiar to Diamonds. He was the dread with all the jewelry who he had seen with Pearl and her friends at the bar. That night, he was laughing and having a good time, but tonight, his face was hard and serious. His keen eyes locked onto Diamonds, who was coming out of the front gate to meet him. Maramesiaswe. Diamonds greeted him. Oh, good evening indeed. The dread replied, letting Diamonds know that he too spoke Creole. Rolling made the nervous introduction. Doodles, this is the guy Diamonds who I was telling you about. He was standing between two of the most dangerous men he had ever met, outside of his brother. It's good to finally meet. Diamonds shook Doodles' hand, and it seemed to ease some of the tension between their two caps. I appreciate you coming all this way, especially with all you have going on. My condolences on your loss, by the way. It was actually a friend of my son's. Doodles pointed to the young kid with him. Diamonds didn't see it at first, but now that he had mentioned it, there was a resemblance between him and the scowling kid. They had the same eyes and thick lips. Sorry for your loss. The kid just nodded. One of Franz's friends got a bad break last night in that bar fire on 145th. You hear anything about that? Doodles asked. It seemed like an innocent enough question, but there was something behind it. Diamonds thought about playing dumb, but the direct approach had always been more his style. Actually, I was there, he admitted. Thankfully, me and my friends left long before the fire started. Doodles nodded, as if Diamonds had passed whatever test he'd just been given. Some of Ricky's family are in town, and I need to attend to them. So you'll excuse me if I insist we make this brief. I wouldn't have it any other way. Diamonds agreed. As far as I knew, we were good. But now I'm hearing you got some concerns about the deal. I wouldn't call them concerns, more like reservations. Doodles corrected him. I did my homework on you, Diamonds. Your work in Miami and Texas tells me that you're a man who knows how to flip a coin. But you also tend to leave big messes behind in every city you visit. Diamonds shrugged. In this life, people die every day. It's simply part of who we are. I'm a man who understands that. But I'm also a man who understands that we have to pick our battles, not go out and invite them. Trust me, I can handle anything I invite to my house. Diamond's cap. Like you did Pana Suarez? Doodles asked. When he saw the tick in Diamond's eye, he knew the information he received had been accurate. Don't look so surprised. I told you, in my own world. Now, I didn't know that man. Don't care why you did what you did to him. But I'm pretty sure there are people who do care and who are going to be looking for someone to lynch behind this. I just want to make sure that the bullshit you're up here kicking don't splash on my side of the grass. I feel you on that. And I can assure you the two won't cross. One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. Diamonds assured him. You and I both feel that way. But who's to say that all parties involved will agree? Doodle's question. People could look at me supplying you with heroin during your coup as picking a side. This could potentially turn your enemies into my enemies. Well, under such unfortunate circumstances, that would make you my friend. As if on cue, Goldie came out with the bag Diamonds had sent him for, and he handed it to him. Diamonds took a peek inside and smiled before he extended the bag to Doodles. What the fuck is that? Doodles eyed the bag suspiciously. One thing you'll learn about me is that I take good care of my friends, but better care of my enemies. Diamonds placed the bag on the floor and stepped back. Doodles waved one of his men forward to open the package. They all watched in anticipation as he carefully tore off the wrapping paper. It was an expensive-looking hat box tied off with a satin ribbon. He looked up at Doodles, who motioned him to open it. When his bodyguard removed the lid, he recoiled at the sight of the severed head inside. Men on both sides drew their pistols, and Golden Corral close, dog? In the middle of the standoff.
What time does Golden Corral close? Somebody tell me. Help me. What time Golden Corral close?
I come here and it lays a tread at my feet. I should kill the both of you for this disrespect. Doodles! Roland stuttered. Everybody calm the fuck down. Diamonds stepped up. He waved to his men to lower their guns, and they reluctantly complied.
Hold on, what the hell?
Douglas's people kept their guns raised. Got his ball, This here,
1 hour. No, we for the go, man.
It's me reassuring you that I take care of my own. Fuck are you talking about? Doodles' eyes kept going from the head in the hat box to Diamonds. Diamonds picked the box up and peered inside before tilting it so that Doodles could see the petrified death mask on the head's face. This here isn't just any old head. It's the head of the man who's responsible for the loss of your son's friend. One of the men, at least. Doodles motioned for his men to load their weapons, now interested in what Diamonds had to say. Like you already know, I was at that club last night and could have hidden behind that bogus-ass fire too. I had some of my people do some digging, and as it turned out, it wasn't an accident at all. Pops was drowning in debt, so he and his boy here got it in their heads to burn the place down to collect on the insurance money. Diamond said, as if it were gospel.
What y'all over here talking about? Sands, appreciate you, Sands. Holiday season, say, hey, Prince or Michael Jackson. I'm gonna have to take a drink because it's both of them. Somebody help people in the dark. What? I feel so tired. Y'all give me 1 minute. I gotta keep going. We on about an hour and something. And Golden Corral is stupid closed. Freaking Golden Corral is probably closed right now. Freaking Golden Corral. Let's see. Let's see what time they close. Close at 10:30, guys. We missed them by like an hour. That's horrible. Alright, guess we'll be eating gas station food if they even got some of that. In the meantime, between time, let me take a little blink. I'm gonna take a little blink right quick. I want the heat on while I blink. Y'all just want to be all over the place today. Y'all don't want to sit still today, huh? Y'all want to be all over the place? Alright. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Be all over the place then. Yeah, we're going to take a long... We're going to take us a blink, man. We got to take us a blink right quick. What's a blink? Nah, we ain't got no time to take a blink. We finna hit it. Got that shower in though, so fresh and so clean. You better know that. Oh my gosh, got that shower in so fresh and so clean. Feels so good. fuck. Damn, I thought I was enough for a minute. That's what I call a long blanket. God damn, I'm back. I almost was out of that just now. All right, we got an hour to go. We got this. We got this, y'all. 1 hour to go. Just took a long ass blink. That almost turned into a 3-4 hour sleep. hey, I go to sleep on a bit quick. I was like, nah, let me go ahead and finish this out. I sleep when I get to the spot. Go ahead and finish this out. Go ahead and grab some ice. We didn't go to the Golden Corral one. We actually came to the one with the freaking Denny's, but I don't want no Denny's. So it'll be more the same. Man got one arm, but he out here driving trucks. All you niggas with 2 arms and 2 legs, I don't want to hear that shit. Shut the fuck up, get a job, and go make you some money. And just send a man with 1 arm driving truck. Let's get on our hustle, millionaire mission. We got Keisha B. What's up, lady? You been missing in action. Keisha B, where you been? We gotta get back on the Grizzly, man. We just seen somebody with 1 arm driving a truck, man. Ain't nowhere here. You suckers out here like y'all can't hustle or work or something. You got people with 1 arm out here driving trucks and shit. Oh, nah, we can't drive that. What? That is cold, though. That is cold as, I don't know what. That's cold. I hope they got some Flying J baked chicken. I take some of that right now. I take some Flying J baked chicken with the mashed potatoes and the green beans, okay? If they don't got it, we finna get us some noodles, because I don't feel like waiting on Denny's, and that shit don't be that good to me anyway, so let's go see what they got for us in here, guys. Let's go see what they got for us, guys. What they got for us to eat. Do we have a wallet? No, we don't have a wallet. That shit is way too heavy in the pocket. Stop it. We don't even want to put it in the back pocket. All right, we're gonna go. Whew. Y'all don't understand. When I tell you, you know how when you get in the bed, you know how when you get in the bed and you be just getting to that deep sleep, like 2 more minutes and you gonna be super deep sleep. That's where I was at just now when I said, let me take a long blank. I just laid in the bed for a second. But 2 more minutes, and that would have been super deep sleep. I've been busy, but I've been passing through, hitting the like button. Appreciate you, Keisha B. Appreciate you. You got to comment on one of the other videos so I can come find your. Let me see, Keisha B. I'm gonna find your page. I did like the pictures and stuff I seen over there. You posted a video yet? That'd be the that'd be the super. Damn, like they had that baked chicken, they ain't got it now though. Yeah, came too late. This all we got. A little dry. They don't even got no mashed potatoes. That chicken look horrible. No mashed potatoes. That's it for the night.
Yeah, that's it for the night. I don't even know why it's still up here. Been sitting here for.
Somebody gonna come in here hungry and want it. Not me though. Somebody gonna want it. Not me. Oh my gosh, it's been hard to find some food tonight. I waited till entirely too late. Yeah, that'd be that autocorrect. That's where the can came from. They always want to auto fix and auto correct some shit. All right, so food is a no-go. Do we need this? Do we need this mud though? Do we need this to survive the last hour? Dun dun dun. Okay, 9 more subscribers left. I told you just start posting. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you I'm gonna come over there and see if you posted some more. I came over there and liked everything you had up so far. Nah, we ain't gonna get no coffee, y'all. I do feel like I can go for some coffee right now, though. You know what? See, I don't want to get one of these salads and then don't eat it. Yeah, I get salad and then just let that shit sit in the truck and don't eat it. I ate a sandwich the other day. That was pretty good.
So we don't have any more cups during that.
Eggs and corned beef hash. That's a meal right there. I got some corned beef hash in the truck. Eggs and corned beef hash tonight. That's a meal. Yeah, eggs and corned beef hash. That's a meal. Damn, I think I need to clean that pot. Do I need to clean that pot? All right, let's go get the pot and see if we need to clean it. Because it's easier to clean it in the store than using all my bottles of water to clean the damn pot. So let's go see if we need to wash right quick. We might have to wash a pot so that we can cook. Yes. No problem. Wash a pot so we can cook when we stop.
Anything else for you?
Nah, that's it.
Want a pepper?
Yeah.
436.
Appreciate it.
Need your receipt?
Nah, I'm good on that.
I got one for $9.99.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, Keisha, be everything been good. No complaints. Like I said, I just for the check. I think I gotta wash my pot. I know I gotta wash my pot. But if I wash my pot now, when I stop in an hour and a half, I can get right to the what I say I got in there, corned beef hash. Get right to the corned beef hash and eggs. And I got some bread already. Yep, that's what we're finna eat this morning. So I just gotta survive for another hour. Another hour and a half. Baby, I've been stopped for at least 20 minutes already. That was too long. Too long to be stopped. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. We gotta eat. I've been running all day on eating. I had some hamburgers and rice when I was at the house. That shit was so good. Well, I don't think it was hamburger. I think it was like Salisbury or something like that. Yeah, Salisbury or something like that. Now, where is what I need out of here? I need the pot scraper. Mr. Pot Scraper. Let's see. Yeah, oh, there we go. That's the Dawn. And I think I had just got another pot scraper. See, got the Dawn, got the pot scraper, got the little green and yellow pad, right? Let me see, I can go to the other side, grab our pots, go scrub that up, and we'll be good to go. Got us some breakfast. Got the satchel. Oh yeah, I got the satchel already. That's why I said we got an hour and a half and we'll be on location. We will be on location an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half to make the drop. And we'll be searching for the next bag. You gotta know that. Satchel on the back right now. Yeah, look at that. I knew I needed to watch that. Forgot to take this damn water out of here. Got cases of water for the house. I forgot to take them out. Cases of water for the house that I forgot to take out. Yeah. Oh damn, I didn't even know these was over here. These fired over here, fell over here, fell out. Water wanna fall, everything wanna fall, okay. Wanna fall on down there. I'm just still for to get what I need up out of here. Get this damn pot. Give me a little pot. Got something for you to do. Got some work for you, buddy. Your ass here. Got some work for you, dude. Got my pots like Trick Daddy. Bitch, I got my pots. Okay, definitely. This smells amazing, guys. This smells amazing. All right, we got the pot. Got the key. Make sure the door locked. Definitely gotta put my hands on them keys. Last thing you wanna do is lock yourself out the truck. Alright, get rid of that. We'll wash this pot up right quick. Yeah. Oh man. Man was almost out of there. I laid in that bed. It felt so good. Oh my God, that bed felt so good just now. Hey, that's how I be ended up going to sleep for 2 or 3 hours, shit like that. Put on the pump. I'm supposed to be coming in here to check the food. I put on the pump. I almost was out of there. 10 minutes, I was out. I feel so good. Oh my gosh. That would have been some really good sleep though. I ain't gonna lie. If I'd have stayed asleep, that would have been really good. Alright. The trans went out in our truck. Lord have mercy, but it's all good. I think we can return tomorrow. That's right. It's always something trucking. You gotta know that. There's always something with trucking. There's always gonna be something with trucking. If it ain't one thing, it's another. That's okay. Try again another day. Y'all about to see Mr. Pot Scraper. Say Mr. Pot Scraper. I done scrape that thing all out of shit. You got new scrapers though. You got the little green bean. I'm saying, y'all don't know this is the thing that you need. When you're trying to get clean, this is the thing that you need. Put a little bit of that on there. See, I'm in this pilot where they have super hot water, like steaming hot water. Let's see if I can show y'all how you get this steaming hot water. Right there, steaming hot water. Now we'll use some of that right now. That's what we need. If you ever wanted to boil something directly, that's the water you would use right there. If you ever wanted to boil something directly, that shit will scorch your skin off to the bone. You hear me? Get these crazy. I'm not putting my hands in that. I use that as a rinsing base to let the soap get on all the grease, and then use all the hot water to make it loose. Hot water one more time. So we hit that hot water one more time with the soap. And then that time we're gonna scrub it with that hot water. But we're gonna add cold water because we're not putting our hands in that hot water like that. You crazy? The pot started getting hot while I was putting the water in. Like, that's how hot that water got. The water got so hot that I can't. So no, I'm not about to put my hands in that. Crazy? Hell no. Gonna add some cold water. And then we'll give it a little scrape. You heard me? Put some more soap in that thing. So the soap and cold water be soaked up too. Understand me? Oh damn, I could have set y'all over there. Could have had y'all in the cut the whole time. My bad, I ain't know it. Going all right tonight, young lady? I could have had y'all in the cut the whole time. Alright, this scrubber does had enough. I can use it some more now. Don't think I can't. Because we got another one. Gonna let this one. Yeah. I was using scrubbers till they started to break apart, but because we got another one, go ahead and rock out with the other one. It's a brand new one. All nice and not frayed up yet. It's about to get there. Sure. Just like that, we got a clean pot. We gotta wash it 2 more times. What is boiling hot water just splashed on my damn toe? What the hell? Oh Lord. That's too hot. Gotta add cold water to that. Can't put my hands now. Anybody wondering what's up with the 2 and 3 washers? Just like to wash my pot really good. Get all the old food that was in there gone. And make sure it's gone good. All the little, we won't be cooking on a glass meal with our new meal. What we don't want to do. We gotta keep our little electric pots clean, you feel me? Keep our little electric pots clean. Try not to get no water in there. Just like that, we got a clean pot. Just like that, we got a clean pot, Jack. Oh, one more thing. I forgot to use the green pad. Gotta use the green pad. Still gotta clean it some more. Told y'all 2 more times. I forgot we had the green pad. Let's see if I can touch that water right there. Okay, I can touch that water a little bit. But I ain't put that much in there. Gotta do the struggling with it. As I said, little green pad. Get it right, man. Yeah, man, we got nice clean pots, man. Ready for the cook up. Ready for the cook up. Where you at, girl? Need you to come cook something in my way. I ain't been able to eat since I've been home. Had some fucking Salisbury and rice and gravy and all that shit was so good. It was so good. So freaking good. Couldn't believe it. The next day when there was still more left, I was like, there's more? The kids must be didn't see it. They didn't know. If the kids knew, it wouldn't last. They didn't know. I know they didn't know. Because if they knew, it would have been gone. Don't worry though, I got that shit going. With the little crescent rolls. Oh lordy, shawty. You're too good to me. You're way too good to me. You're treating me too good. Okay, y'all. We done been here at least 30 minutes. That's crazy. Let me go. Little dishes. Little knife. Little knifey knife. Little knifey knife. Make sure that's all cleaned up nice and good. Got the fork. Y'all making sure y'all get the food from in between the fork, or y'all just clean the top and the bottom of the fork. You gotta go in between the forks, man. The food be stuck in between there. It's almost like your teeth. You gotta get in there and get in between the forks, you feel? That's where the food is really stuck at, in between there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we got that clean. Not that hard, you feel me? Not that hard at all. Clean your pots. Now you can cook it. Crazy. Okay, we get a new bag. Just like that, we got clean pots, guys. Excuse me, young lady, you got bags?
Huh?
I get one of those bags, plastic
Mayonnaise?
bags. A plastic bag.
Oh, yeah, I can use that today.
Thank you.
Spot out.
Doing all right now. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, we got pots clean. Okay, broski, let me get back to my wife. Do these. Bless up. Till next time. Yes, ma'am. Handle business. Handle business. Hopefully, they have you back under the wheel, getting the skills. Talk to you later, Keisha B. The rest of y'all, we got clean pots. We cooking up when we stop at the spot. We gonna cook up. We gonna cook up. Goodness gracious, that blink though. I'm still tripping off that blink. I laid in that bed, boy, I was almost out of there. I say, no, I gotta go. I jumped up like, I gotta go. Hey, that's crazy. Oh, my bad, brother. I forgot I ain't had pulled up. I did all that shit on the pump. That's crazy. My bad, dog. I ain't mean to hold y'all up. What you want me to do? Came in this bitch and took a long blink. Little power up right quick, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call that, little power up. We've been here exactly 39 minutes. That's way too long. This is supposed to be like a 10-minute stop. But we try to power up. Sometimes it be more than 10 minutes. You heard me? What we had to buy out of there? What did we spend $5 on? What did we spend some money on just now? I bought something. What the hell did I buy, guys? What did we buy from this store? If it wasn't food, we bought something out of there. What the hell we bought out of there? I don't see it and I can't remember what it was. I think we bought something out of there though. Alright, let's knock it down, guys. Let's knock it down. We would have been there if we never stopped. We would have been still 1 hour away, but we would have been closer. And we started to get some food, but we didn't want no Denny's. They didn't have no baked chicken. So we cleaned. Oh, that's what we bought. We bought the eggs. Where's them eggs? Because that is a part of breakfast. No, I wasn't tripping. We bought something in there though. Yeah, that go to eggs. Got the eggs right there. That's for breakfast. No, we bought something out of there. We bought breakfast out of there, guys. We bought some eggs, some boiled eggs, and in the morning we making corned beef hash. And we're gonna eat the corned beef hash with the boiled eggs. We got some grits too, but I don't got no cheese right now. So it all depends on where we end up at. If we end up at a place where we can get some cheese, I'll make the grits too. That sounds pretty good. The grits, corned beef hash, grits, corned beef hash, eggs, boiled eggs. Yeah, I'm on it. Good breakfast. That's how you do it, buddy. Have a little patience. Because you shouldn't have been in that part of the parking lot anyways. 18 would have turned in where the cars go at. He was tripping. He was tired. He was sleepy. He was tired, he was tripping, he was sleepy. I ain't even get no hot dog or nothing. They had corn dogs. I ain't want one of them shits. Keisha B in the building. Alright, you guys, let's do it. Let's get right to it. Got hoopla, diamonds and pearls all over the world. I gotta give you diamonds and pearls.
And how exactly do you know all this?
Give you the world and all that's in it. So don't be offended. Dun, 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 dun. I want to give you diamonds and pearls.
Because I wanted to buy the place from him. Diamonds revealed the slither of truth in his story. I've been on the old man for a time for the property, and I finally got him to key. It was a cash deal, so we could leave the liquor license in his name and not have to bother with transferring it over. Old Pops thought he was going to beat me and the system, but he never counted on that buyer spinning out of control. I get he barely made it out. Noodles studied Diamonds' face for signs that he was lying, but he found the young man unbelievable. So did you kill him just because the fire took the life of one of mine, or because his father tried to rob you? Diamonds pondered the question. I killed him because they tried to steal from me, but I cut his head off to earn the favor of a new friend. Will you be my new friend? He extended his hand. Doodles looked at the hand for a long while. The man was either shithouse crazy or more cunning than Doodles had expected. Either way, Doodles had decided at the moment that hatbox had come open and he saw the head, he'd much rather have Diamonds as an ally than an enemy. Yes, I think I'd like that very much. He shook Diamonds' hand and sealed the bargain. Doodles had barely cleared the lot before men came spilling from the front yard and surrounded Diamonds. They were whooping and patting him on the back like he had just hit the game-winning shot in the playoffs. They all knew what time it was with the meeting and what the deal would mean for their crew. Shit was about to change. TJ was in his ear, going ballistic over the fact that he'd hidden a human head amongst the baby shower gifts. It wasn't the smartest idea he'd ever had, but it beat toting the damn thing along. TJ was mad, but he get over it when he saw his end would be from the heroin secured. It was truly a good night to be a bad guy. You sure about being more gangster than politician? Hank approached the Diamonds after the crowd had dispersed. That was a load of bullshit worthy of Washington. Bullshit is in the eye of the beholder, old-timer. I'd have convinced that motherfucker that the sky was purple if it meant getting to that heroin. I still can't believe you pulled that shit off, Goldie said. Diamonds grabbed him in a playful headlock and rubbed his knuckles across the top of his head. Have I ever promised you anything I couldn't deliver? I gotta hand it to you, kid. When you set your mind to something, you don't stop until you get it, Hank said proudly. This is only the beginning. Diamonds released Goldie. Having this heroin rolling plug is gonna open a lot of doors for us boys. Before you know it, we'll be rolling in dough. So long as we ain't rolling in bullets first, TJ said, adding his 2 cents. What about Eddie? Man, he gave us a shot and we're burning him. Calm your nervous ass down. Nobody is getting burned. We just ain't putting all our eggs in one basket, Diamonds explained. Yeah, unlike some of us, we ain't quite so trusting of Eddie yet, Hank added. He hadn't missed out on the fact that TJ had seemed to be entirely too pro-Eddie throughout the whole ordeal. Stop coming at me like that, old man, because you know I'm just as down for this team as anybody, TJ declared. Oh, I'm saying I'm about to have a new baby, so unlike y'all, I don't have the luxury of picking up and moving from place to place like a damn gypsy. Relax, cousin. Nobody is going to have to move. New York is home to all of us right now. But when and if that happens to change, I'll make sure you and your family got no worries. Now, why don't you go attend to your woman and let the grown folks talk? Diamonds made a dismissive gesture. TJ was blowing his moment. What the fuck? They heard Hank blurt out. All eyes turned to see what he was looking at. Who is that? Goldie squinted to get a better look at the young ladies coming across the street. That, little brother, is the favor I need from you. Diamonds smiled. Directly across the street from TJ's house, a man sat hunkered down behind the wheel of a beat-up Ford Explorer. He'd been parked there for over an hour, surveying everything that was going on. The fight that had broken out on the front lawn provided him a good laugh. He would have bet money on the brute, but David ended up triumphing over Goliath. Not too long after the scuffle, the two combatants went their separate ways. The big man jumped in a taxi, and the young guy cut out with the girl who'd hung around the crew. He already knew where the big guy was off to, and he had one of his boys follow the girl. A black SUV pulled up, and several men jumped out. Diamonds and a few of his boys came out of the front yard to greet them. He recognized the man in the SUV who was leading the group. He had seen him around a couple of times, but he knew him more by reputation than personally. Him being there was a bad sign, but the handshake he and Diamond shared before parting company was even more disturbing. The man surveying the scene was just reaching for his burner phone to report his findings when things took yet another twist. In his rearview mirror, he spotted two girls crossing the street from behind his truck. One was a chubby white girl, the other a shapely black chick. He adjusted his mirror to get a better look and realized he had seen the black girl before. If the girl was who he thought she was, then the situation had taken a turn for the truly bizarre. Once he had seen enough, he picked up the burner phone and dialed the only number in. Yeah, it's me. I think you boys have got a bigger problem than you thought. Chapter 41. So glad you can make it. Diamonds pulled Pearl in for a warm hug. I trust you didn't have a problem finding this place? It'd have been kind of hard to miss. Pearl looked over the sea of men who were staring at her and Ruby like hungry dogs. I feel kind of overdressed for a barbecue. She motioned over her cute skirt set and heels. Don't worry, baby. I'd never have you waste such a nice outfit on these hard legs. This is just a pit stop before we push off to our next destination. Behind them, Ruby cleared her throat. Oh, sorry, Pearl said, as if she were just remembering her friend was there. Diamonds, this is my girl, Ruby. Nice to meet you, Ruby. Shook her hand. I'd like to introduce you to his brother Goldie. The younger sibling cut in. He took Ruby's hand and kissed it. Shaw. From the way the two of them were gazing at each other, there was no question as to whether they would get along or not. And Pearl, I think you remember Hank from the bar. Diamonds motioned to his OG, who was standing off to the side, looking at both of them as if they had sprouted additional heads. She waved to Hank, and he responded by shaking his head before storming back toward the house. Pay him no mind. He's on the rag today, he joked. So long as you're here, let me introduce you to the rest of the family. I trust you'll be seen. Who says I'm going to be around long enough to get to know them? Pearl asked playfully. Sweetie, now that I've got you, you'd be a fool to think I was ever gonna let you go. Diamonds looped his arm around hers. Now let's go get my new lady acquainted. They were only supposed to be at the barbecue for a few minutes, but it had been over 2 hours and they hadn't left yet. Initially, Pearl was upset because she had gotten all dolled up for a date, not to spend her night in the backyard. But after a while, she settled in and actually started enjoying herself. The music was rocking, the drinks were flowing, and there was a spread of delicious food that looked like it had been professionally catered. As far as baby showers went, it was one of the best she had ever attended. Diamonds had strutted proudly around the backyard, introducing her to what he referred to as his family. They were really a ragtag bunch comprised of soldiers he had recruited from different cities during his push to New York. From the way the men embraced her, You'd have thought Diamonds was the president of the United States and she was the first lady. The same couldn't be said for the women. Some of them were cool, but most of them were shooting her shady looks. Pearl knew what that was all about. She was young, fine, and a new face, and the eyes of their men followed her everywhere she went. Pearl couldn't blame them for feeling threatened, but they had nothing to worry about. She only had eyes for Diamonds. After he was done introducing